This session is called How Social Media Affects Link Building. And you're going to be learning the role that social media plays as it relates to building link authority and, of course, boosting your search engine rankings. So, the first distinction that I really want to make here is that you don't get links from websites or from blogs. You get links from people. Social media is a fantastic way to connect with a large group of people in your market very easily. So this means you can be socializing with your peers and oftentimes your competitors, as well as your potential audience. And because they're active on social media, there's a great chance that these relationships can turn into links, both from their social accounts when they share your content and potentially their blogs. So in this session, you're going to be learning about how social media affects SEO and, of course, how you can use it to your advantage to get links and to build your link authority. So social signals are very, very important right now in the Google and other search engine ranking algorithms. Google pays very, very close attention to tweets, retweets, Facebook shares, Facebook likes. All of those things are recorded and very closely watched. And if they see a bunch of content out there, let's say, for example, there's 10 articles on how to teach a dog to sit, and most of them have a few links here and there, but one of them has a few hundred Facebook likes and maybe 20 or 30 retweets and tweets. Of course, Google's going to look at that and say, wow, this one seems to really be resonating. We should really look into that. So I want you to be thinking about what these social signals are sending to Google. What are they looking at here? And of course, they're going to be wanting to see not necessarily the one that has the most, but the one that is tweeted, retweeted, shared, and really starts to go viral. The more they see this social activity, the more they're going to feel confident that you're the authority and that ranking that piece of content is a good idea. And when someone comes to Google and they click that listing, that it's going to be really good, high quality content. So social media has this really interesting ripple effect that tends to happen because people will find your content via social media. I know we're talking about search engine optimization, but what happens is folks will be on social media and they'll see a share and they'll click it. And then people will blog about what they find. And when they do that, they typically will link to you. And when they link to you, you're gaining lots of natural links, and that boosts your search engine optimization. So by being social, by being active on social media, you're not necessarily directly asking for links, although that's something you can do. Just because people find content via social media and then tend to share and tweet about it and blog about it, you end up getting a lot of natural links. So social media is a massive resource for natural link building. Just being active and connecting with your audience will start to gain you natural links that will go a long way in boosting your rankings. Okay, so let's look at a few specifics here of how you can use social media specifically for building high authority links. So the first thing to talk about is your content. And of course, the content has to be linkable and likable. It can't just be general content. It can't be, 500 words that are just kind of thrown together. It has to really speak to the needs of your core audience. It should be entertaining. It should be engaging. And hopefully it should solve a problem and really be something that when someone reads it, it's a great resource. So you always, of course, need to think about writing great content. And think about something that someone would want to link to. A great resource that they could say, here, I'm going to write this write-up, but my blog as well. These are all great links, and the Google Plus profile allows you to have a few links. So definitely get in there and link to your content. It's really a good idea because Google can go out and find all these social accounts and see that you have these and that they're linking to you. Because, of course, that's another social signal. They want to see that you're active on social media. So definitely create your profile, fill them out completely, and make sure to get that link because it is a very, very high authority link. Okay, so the next step is to start finding connections. And there's a couple of really great resources that you can use to find connections and connect with people who are interested in similar topics as you are. So the first one that I wanted to show you was WeFollow. So WeFollow is a great Twitter directory, and you can search by tags and by topics and by location, and you can find a lot of people that way that are going to be interested in the same things you are, or if you're a business and you're marketing yourself, potential customers. So WeFollow is definitely a great place to look at. Find People on Plus is essentially the same thing, but for Google Plus. And then LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is typically undervalued, in my opinion. It doesn't have as many users as a lot of the other social networks, but the users that are on there are in business and are typically looking to do business with other people. So if you're in any sort of business to business type business, that's where you're going to want to be. And one of the best things that you can do there is join groups and join the conversations inside of groups. That's a really great way to find and get connections there. So real quick, I'd like to show you WeFollow and Find People on Plus because they are great tools for finding influential people in your market. So let's switch over to a browser. And not only because they will share great content with you, you're going to follow them and get their updates, but you can message them, you to grow your following. Let's look at some ways that you can And you don't get links from websites, you get links from people. So you're going to have a very popular blog. People are going to know you on social media so that when you finally do go out and promote your content, people will be listening.